Freud said that everyone is an artist because everyone dreams. And I would like to add that everyone is a musician because music is a language that you don't need to learn how to speak. We are born with an appreciation for rhythm, for harmony, and for melody. And I think there's something deeply poetic about that. Music is also perhaps the most abstract form of art, and so there's a lot of room in music to add one's own personal interpretation. It's probably the most subjective form of art, and so therefore I think it's even more poetic than poetry. I wanted to begin the program with pieces by Chaminade because I'm particularly interested in the periods of music in the early 20th century. It was a wonderful period for both composition but also for piano playing. And I think Chaminade is just such a wonderful composer who has been sadly forgotten. So I thought it would be great to start with her music, which is very charming. And then I wanted to move on to other French music. Messiaen is one of my absolute favorite composers. And I've wanted to play his music in concert for a long time. And then Liszt, of course, is not a French composer, but Vallée de Bourman is based on a French novel. So the first half is sort of all French music, and we move kind of from the Salon with Chaminade to Heaven with Messiaen, which is very religious, to Earth with Liszt. And then on the second half, I wanted to play symphonic etudes because the first half is generally very light, except maybe the Liszt. It's kind of, I just mean in terms of color. And the Schumann is very dark. And Respighi is a wonderful composer who probably most people don't realize wrote a lot of very nice pieces for piano, and the Notturno is one of the most beautiful of his piano pieces. A few years ago, my teacher, Claude Frank, passed away, and he was such an inspiration for me, both musically and personally. And even now, there is a certain emptiness that I feel because he is not there, although I will always remember what he taught me, and I will remember his music. There are so many unforgettable moments in my musical life that it's hard to choose just one, but I think my first time playing in Russia, in Moscow, was really unforgettable. I played in the Great Hall of the Moscow Conservatory, and just being there in that environment with all the layers of history, knowing how many great Russian composers and musicians had been in that hall and performed in that hall was very special. And also coming to Taiwan has been really unforgettable. I'm so grateful to be here. Right, I absolutely love it here in Taiwan. It's been really inspiring to hear so many young piano students and to meet many music lovers. The level here is very high, and people really love music here, and people are also so warm and open-minded and welcoming. So it's been really just such a joy to be here, and also the food is very delicious. Of course, I feel extremely lucky to have won an international competition because there's always something a little bit random about competitions. You know, it all depends on how you feel in the moment and how you happen to play on a certain day and how the jury feels and who else is there and many factors out of your control. So it was quite a gift to win an international competition. But on the other hand, of course, after that I looked forward to the concerts, but I think the things that I most look forward to actually after that were the same. Those private moments in a practice room when you discover something new about the music, learning new repertoire, and generally just continuing the journey of becoming a better musician. Of course, as pianists, we are so lucky to have such a broad repertoire, and it would be a pity to just choose one composer. But since you've asked, I do particularly love the 19th century romantic music, as you could probably tell by my program. So Chopin, Schumann, I adore, but I also love more modern music like Messiaen or Dutilleux, modern French composers especially. A wonderful day for me would be either spending a nice time with friends or family, or helping people. Hello, this is Andrew Tyson. Nice to meet you, everybody at BONART.